Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Trucking Tower podcast. I'm very excited to be joined by Zach Svensson. How are you doing, Zach?
Doing great, Andy. Thanks for having me and thanks for asking.
Absolutely. I was excited to talk with you. You know, you're in this world of automation, software, helping companies solve problems. And so I was really looking forward to having you on. So just kind of to kick the show off, where were you? What happened? Who were you surrounded with that inspired you to do what you do today?
Sure. That's a really good question. So there was a lot of people kind of around me. What inspired me to take on this role really more than anything is my family, really. That's my big why. I think everyone really needs a big why, and mine is my family. But also what really attracted me to the position at Tipalti is I joined about 2 years ago. At that point in time, we were roughly 150 employees. As of today, we're about 5. By year end, we should be approaching 800. So the growth is staggering. And to be able to join a team and to lead a team, lead a business unit within a company like this is super exciting. I remember it vividly talking with our CMO, Rob Israk, who kind of laid out what the details were, what the job was. And I couldn't have been more excited. I got right when I started talking with our CEO and our CFO, letting them know what their expectations were for this position. And they had a clear idea of what success meant to them was huge for me too, in order to move forward, and that they were fully supportive of this function for business development inside of Tipalti.
That's awesome growth. And I love to hear companies growing and thriving like that. So that's awesome. You guys are obviously doing something well. You know, in your area that you provide services in, or in your career, either one, what are some of the top 2 or 3 mistakes to avoid that you could tell others?
Yeah. So that's another really good question. And I think that the top ones are hiring right. You want to make sure that you hire the right people for the right job. And you can learn a lot with technology that's out here today, and make sure you just do your research. That's number one, I would say, to do your homework on who you're going to hire. I would say not believing in yourself and not speaking up is another big mistake, right? I think you really need to have confidence in everything that you're doing. And if you just sit silently on the sidelines, you're going to get steamrolled or bulldozed. So you got to make sure that you stand up for what you believe in and what you think's right. And the third one is to know why you're doing what you're doing too. If you don't have a clear vision of why you want to do something or get something done, your chances of success are minimal.
Absolutely. Totally agree. And, you know, I've talked with a lot of people over the years. And one of the things I found, have a purpose, whether that be philanthropy, volunteering, your family, whatever it is, have some purpose behind what you're doing. And I think that is extremely helpful. So on the flip side of the last question, what are some of the top success secrets that you could share with others?
Yeah, I think for me, it's we're all pulled in so many different directions every day, right? It's really easy to get distracted and to get derailed. For me, it's starting off my day with a purpose and a focus of what top 3 things do I want to get done. Anything more than that, I start to get distracted. Anything less, I don't feel accomplished. So I really just map out the 3 key things I want to get done that day and have a plan in order to achieve that. And that really makes me feel accomplished in getting everything done. The next one, which I still struggle with, and I think most people do, is procrastination, of just getting that out of the way and just taking care of things as they come up, if you can, right? And I know I just said don't get distracted, but just take care of things. If it's going to take you 30 seconds to do it, just do it right now, as opposed to putting it off for later when it's going to take you way more than 30 seconds. And then the third piece, again, I would say is having a purpose, like you mentioned as well, too. I think that's vital in order to be successful, is to have a clear purpose in life, both in your career and then in life.
Absolutely. Totally agree with that. You know, and, you know, how can we support you? What are you working on? Tell people a little bit about what you do, and then how can we support you?
You bet. So Tipalti, what we do is we're an accounts payable automation, or just a payables automation solution. And really what that means is we help companies pay all of their suppliers and all of their vendors in a holistic manner, everywhere from supplier onboarding, tax gathering with W-8s, W-9s, doing OCR, invoice reconciliation, two-way, three-way matching, all the way through to global remittance. With the global remittance, we're paying out to 190 different countries, 120 different currencies, which is a really, really hard thing to do. And so if you guys come across someone who has a pain around payables, let me know. We'll see if we can help out. And if you guys are a partner out there who would love to represent Tipalti's technology, let me know too. We have a very solid partner channel with over 400 partners strong, and we're adding more every day. And we'd love to have you in our network if you guys are interested.
Very good. I'm sure there's people that are out there watching, listening, that are in that predicament, if you will, with payables. You know, it's a lot of work, and especially with the global aspect, it makes it 10 levels more difficult, you know, from what I've seen over the years. So what would you say overall about your guest experience booking and coming on the show?
I think it's been unique, and I think it's a great experience just to meet people and to learn people and to network, right? I think that's always an important thing to do. So I think it's been a fantastic experience so far. Thank you.
Well, appreciate you coming on with me. What would you say as a final word of advice for others? From what you've seen in your career, what would you say as a final word?
Yeah, so I think this is the most important part of it, is not being afraid to fail or to make a mistake. I think a lot of times that can paralyze people of not making the right decision. And that's less important than making a decision sometimes, and being okay if you make a mistake. At least you're trying, whether that be on something small with inside of work or taking a big risk. You have to not be afraid to fail in order to have great success.
Absolutely. You know, nobody ever accomplished anything when they didn't try. So, you know, you can get stuck in analysis paralysis. I've seen that happen. But, you know, you have to just get out there and kind of do things sometimes to get it rolling and to have success. So, Zach, I really appreciate you coming on with us. I wish you all the best of success. I've enjoyed talking with you offline and here on the meeting here. And that's going to do it for this edition of the Trucking Tower podcast. And we will see you guys soon.
All right. Thank you, Andy.
Thanks, Zach.